In this tutorial, we're going to look at Google Classroom from the student's perspective. Your first time logging in, you should see a screen similar to this one with a chalkboard icon in the background. And then you should scroll down and see your login information and choose whether you are a student or a teacher. Since you're a student, click on Student. Once you've clicked there, it'll take you back to the screen that looks similar to this. You'll click the plus icon to add your first class. Teachers in your individual classes will give you a code that you will enter to join their class. Once you've joined their class, you'll be into Google Classroom, which will look like this. This particular student is only enrolled in one class, My Test class, and as you enroll in additional classes, they will all appear on this screen. So to enter a class, you simply click on the title of that class, and it'll take you into the stream. The stream is the main page for your class information. This is where assignments, things that you need to turn in, or work that you need to complete will be posted by your teacher. You may also find announcements and discussions on this page as well. As you scroll through on the right-hand side, you'll see when things are due. For this class, this student has several late items. Late items are marked with an exclamation point and say late. You can scroll through and see several different assignments have been assigned for this class. Here's an announcement that simply has a link. Announcements are likely things that your teacher would like for you to review, read, or watch, but there's nothing to turn in. Anything that's an assignment may have a requirement for you to turn it in. Make sure you read the details. Just as a reminder, all of your classwork will be posted through the Whipple Hill website, but you may be directed to the Google Classroom to turn in the work. So what does it look like when you have an assignment? So if I click on this vocab assignment, for this class, or this particular assignment, this is one document that has been shared with the whole class. So it's one copy that we're all going to edit. Down below where it says your work, you have the ability to add or create an assignment or a document for this assignment. The great thing about Google Classroom is that you never have to leave Google Classroom to create your work. So if I click Add, I can search my Google Drive for a document that I may have already started. I can add a link if I've already created a YouTube video or a website that I'm turning in. I can attach if it's a file that's locally saved on my computer, or I can create a document, a slide, sheets, or drawings. Let's see what it looks like when I create a document. When I create the document, it may take a minute for it to populate, but when it does, it's going to automatically name the document, the name of your assignment, which is vocab assignment, and then it's going to have a dash in your name. So this account's name is Flint Hill Tech. The great thing about this is later on, if you're in your Google Drive and you want to search for an assignment, you can always search by name. I highly recommend that anytime you're going to be doing work on an assignment, that you create it right here inside of Google Classroom. Like you saw, I didn't have to leave Classroom. I could just create a document right here without going to my Drive or opening any other program. Now I can open this document and I have a blank document to start working on my vocabulary assignment. So I could possibly type some stuff in here, and when I've finished my work, in the top right corner will be a button called Turn In. When I click Turn In, it's going to take me back to Classroom and just verify that I want to submit this work. Once I click Turn In, the file is sent to my teacher and allows them to edit, comment, etc. on my document. When you turn in a document, you lose the rights to edit that document. So if you accidentally turn in work before you were finished, you can click the Unsubmit button to get it back to finish that work. But know that once you click the Turn In button, your teacher has the ability to see that you've completed the work. This is a really important step. Until you press Turn In, your teacher is not going to see that you've finished your assignment. To get back to the stream, I can just press the back arrow. There are two different kinds of work that a teacher can share with you. Let's look at this assignment. You'll notice that on this assignment, on the front, I do have a link to one document. When I click on the title of the document or the title of the assignment, I see that document I saw on the outside and my work. The difference between these two sections are that here at the top of the page and what you view in the stream, anytime you see a document in the stream, that means it's one copy that has been shared with the whole class, either as a read-only file or one copy for everyone to contribute on. If you see an assignment, such as this one, where it looks like there's no document assigned to it, if you click on it, you see there are actually two documents back here in the background. This is called your work. This means that each student in the class got their own copy. So this is your own copy to edit and add your own notes to, etc. And when you're finished, you can turn that work in to your teacher. In addition to seeing your work here, you can also view your classmates and email them directly. So if you have a project that you're working on collaboratively with another student, you can press the email icon to send them a message. The About page, most teachers will not have much information in their About page because that information is in the Whipple Hill system, but this can take you to your folder, which is in your Google Drive. So if I click on that, it's going to take me to my Google Drive folder for this class, which will contain all of my documents for this class. You can create folders inside here if you want to organize the information, or if your teacher requests that you organize the information, this is where you can create folders. One important thing to note, this folder houses all of the documents that you've turned in or that have been given to you through the classroom system. You cannot just add a document to the folder. It will not be shared with your teacher that way. The only way to turn in a document to your teacher is through an assignment by attaching or adding it here like we looked at before. So please do not just simply put your documents in the folder. That will not share it with your teacher. You need to attach it or create it within the classroom system, attaching it to a particular assignment to turn it into your teacher. Finally, let's take a look at the settings. On the top left-hand corner, you have the three bars. This will take you home, back out to the main page. It'll also allow you to toggle between the classes that you are enrolled in. And you can also view your archived classes from last year if your teachers used Google Classroom. And in future years, this is where you can access the archived classes. Just look at the settings down here in the bottom as well. There are really just two possible settings. One is to change your account settings, which would be just general Google things, and the bottom is notifications. I recommend that you uncheck this send email notifications box because otherwise you're going to get an email notification each time a teacher adds an assignment or updates any assignments in the system. So it might be a little bit overwhelming to get email notifications each time. And this was a basic tour of Google Classroom. If you have any questions, feel free to check in with your teachers that are using it or come visit me in the library for more help.